I believe we're live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live. I just got to find you in YouTube. I did come on a minute early just so that I could get that taken care of to find you on YouTube. It's coming up on my phone. I will see. I know that I snuck on early so that I could get here. There we go. There. Now I have you in both places. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Diane. Y'all are right on top of it. Bright and early. How are you and how's your weather? We're getting rain. Hey, Sharon O. Oh, Sharon O. I had a question for you. What was my question for you? I'll think of it, but I had a question for you. Actually, I think you're in Michigan, right? Hey, Kathy. How's everybody tonight? I kind of feel bad moving this to a Friday night. Hey, Carol, howdy. And Shara, I kind of feel bad moving this to a Friday night, and here's why. Because all of you that are on the live must have no life like I do. It's Friday night, and you're on with me. One, I feel honored. But two, it's like, wow, it's Friday. But you know, once you get past, I guess, those early teenage years. Hey, Cindy-O. Once you get past those early teenage years, I guess Friday nights aren't all that they're cracked up to be. So, hey, Barbara, weather's been beautiful. Unusually for northern Michigan. Oh, you're in Michigan too, but I'll take it. Misty's got a beautiful day at 84. Sharon O, I'm right there with you, baby. It's something in the name. I'm right there with no life either. Actually, for the last few days, I've been feeling a little under the weather and in a panic, thinking, oh my God, that stuff's not coming back, is it? I will tell you guys, first off, let me say this right up front on this video. Tonight's video is going to be different. I have not pre-recorded anything. So, there's going to be questions and interactivity and lots of chit chat. So if you're somebody that wants to see just a tutorial and forget all the BS stuff, well, this may not be the video for you to watch. Because there's going to be a lot of tonight. We got rain today too, Cindy. And Kathy, man, I wish I was retired. Anyway, so this video is going to be different. It's going to be all live. I have pre-recorded nothing. Anyway, Tuesday, my computer decided to update and update all the apps, update everything, and everything was haywire on my computer. And I was like, oh my God, this is not going to work. So I had to get all that straightened out and move you guys to today. Pulled my computer open today and about panicked again because it's like, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Those updates are a killer. Hey, Glenda. Hi from Australia. Hey, what time is it in Australia? I know it's kind of like the middle of the night, isn't it? Y'all are going to be seeing some changes in me personally. Yeah, but you know, Kathy, you could come out here and unretire and help us out. No need to go out among the crazies. By Monday, we will all want to be in our jammies by 5. It'll be dark. Oh, I know. Don't you hate when it gets dark early? I do. When it's dark, I roll it up. Anyway, you're going to see some changes, and I'm not happy about the changes, but they're coming. So y'all knew that in the end of May through June through mid-July that I was very, very sick. And what I had was C. diff and sepsis given to me by the hospital I think, but when I had that emergency gallbladder surgery on Memorial Day. Anyway, long story short, hey, Tabitha, I'm glad you made it. Long story short, I was super, super sick. It was very scary. But 8 a.m. Oh, it's early morning, Glenda. Okay, good. So it was a very scary time and a very, very stressful time. And with C. diff, you're not supposed to take antibiotics afterwards because that also helps cause it. And I ended up having to do 2 batches of antibiotics, which was even more stressful. Well, long story short, apparently being as sick as I was, hey, Melody, gosh, we haven't talked in forever. Being as sick as I was and as stressed as I was, now that I guess my body's healing, all my hair is falling out. I kind of got it fluffy today, but my hair is just falling out by the handfuls. And like the back of my head is bald. This is gray up here because I'm afraid to color it. But even just doing that, my hair is just falling out. And again, in the back, it is so thin. And my hair, look how thin that is. It's so thin. But it's falling out. And so I am afraid I'm not going to be able to color my hair anymore. Yes, I'm vain. But I think I'm going to have to, and I've been trying, look at all this. I'm trying to let it go natural, which means I'm going to be gray. And I'm not real excited about that, but we're going to see how far I can go. So you're going to start seeing the skunk stripe come down and down and down and down. But I can't lose all my hair. And if I turned around and showed you the back, like all right here, I mean, you can almost see my scalp. So I have to do something. So be kind as I change. Be kind as I change. Biotin, take the max you can find. Yes, I'm getting biotin. I'm taking everything I can find. My daughter gave me this hair serum stuff that's like, I don't know, it's a little tiny bottle. It's like $50 a bottle. You drip it on your scalp and all that kind of stuff. I am better. Now don't be going down that thyroid road, Melody, because I can't go down another sickness road. I can't have a thyroid issue. I've heard that too, but man, I can't be sick again because we've got some big things coming. And let's see. Oh, we're at 5:07. Okay. So tonight I do want to do a sneak peek. You're having the same issues with your hair, Diane. So maybe it's just in the air. Maybe it wasn't because I was sick. Be proud of your gray. Oh, Glenda, that is really something to think about. Did y'all see what Glenda just put? Be proud of your gray hair. It's something not everyone has the privilege of getting old because they died too young. Wow, I never thought about that. My grandma, who I got my curly hair from, she was full silver at 21. And I started getting my first gray hairs at that age, and I was freaking out. I'm like, no. I will have my own silver streak. Well, I will tell you this. Y'all know I'm a little on the flamboyant side. Out of the box, flamboyant, whatever. If I have to go completely gray, once it's there, you're going to see these colors. You're going to find some purple streaks, blue streaks, whatever. I'm going to do something to jazz it up. Your niece dyes her hair gray? Stacy, has she said why? Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe I'm missing something. Okay, on to what you came for. Tonight, yeah, but Bill, it's distinguished if you're a guy. It's old if you're a woman. Wow, Melody, I'm jealous. I've been dyeing my hair forever, but that's because my hair is naturally brown. Oh, well, gray now. It's naturally a brunette with a little bit of red, and I've dyed it red for 100 years. You're the silver fox. Bill, you're crazy. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few things that are in this box. And, you know, I had to, when was it? Oh, yesterday, day before yesterday. I had to do the phone a friend thing because I have so much in this box that I was like, okay, tell me what I need to take out of this box. It's way too much. The value of this box, because we just keep adding and adding and adding, the value of this box is over double what the cost is. So I'm only going to just show you a few things. And one thing I'm going to show you is not even new and not even in the box, but there's a reason for showing it. Well, then I guess I'm not alone. There's a lot of us out there with the gray hair, right? Awesome. Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you is just the normal. I have a little slab of clay here. And this slab of clay, I have already compressed it because I have 5 more over there that I want to try to get through. Yes, 5. And that's not even showing you what's all in the box. But I have this slab of clay here that I've already compressed. And then I'm going to do just my normal thing of creating a dish. And this dish, the form and the template are going to come in your winter project kit. I've tried to keep it not not religious holiday specific, so that anybody and everybody could get it. So it's not any of that kind of stuff. It's just really all kind of wintry themed, except for this first thing. Like I said, you've been great for 20 years. Well, I you know, getting up there in age, you know, y'all know how old I am, right? I'm old. I'm already on Medicare, for God's sakes. I got Medicare in April, and they say once you hit that age, C. diff is one of the things that tend to get you. And by gosh, it wasn't even a month, and it got me. So I'm like, what do they do? Sit around and know when it's your birthday and grab you when you turn that age, for goodness sakes? Okay, on to this. Enough of that. Okay, so let me... Yeah, but Cindy, when you're blonde and it transitions to the white or the gray, it's not as in your face as going from red to this. But, okay, let's do this. I'm going to turn this screen on and put me up in the corner. And again, first we're just going to make a simple little dish, and then I'm going to show you some different things to do with it. I have actually already compressed this. So I'm going to move this over out of the way. Believe it or not, I've got my little bottles all made up and ready with glaze. I've got everything ready to go. I feel like I'm super, super organized tonight. And now you watch, I will have forgotten something. So here's my banding wheel. And y'all know it slips over your wheel, so it can't go flying off when you spin it around. We are going to start, these are 15 inches wide because that's so that they can hold big forms and templates. But we've had a request, and we're also going to make this piece without the center in it. We're going to make this piece also narrow, like the width of your actual banding wheel. And it will fit with everything you've already got. Watch out, Bailey. So if you wanted just a shorter one when you're working mugs and stuff, we'll soon be offering that. How many of y'all are going to NCECA this year? Put in the chat if you're going to be at NCECA this year. All right, so I'm going to put my peg in here. Another change that's coming, our templates are, instead of black on one side and brown on the other, we're going to start doing them still a 1/4 inch thick and still the highest grade material Medics you can get, but are going to be brown on both sides so that you don't have to worry about them being reversible or not. And that way, if we make forms that need a reverse, you wouldn't have to also get another template. So we're trying to find ways to save money for everybody. Lots of teens and 20s and 30s seem to be liking the gray silver look. Oh, Tilted Kiln. Okay, so is this Joe or Emily that we're talking to? Silver Fox. Okay, so this form and this template, and this is a new form as well. It's straight across the sides and has that arch, and it's not a round, I mean, it's not a square, it's not a rectangle, it's not an oval, it's not a round tangle. It's totally different, and it kicks out the what could be handles so nice. So I love it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a rolling pin on this. No, you don't have a 12-inch rolling pin in this box. Not a 12. Okay, I'm just going to roll this on. This is one of my old all-time favorites. It's not in your box. This is Funky Flowers, but it's very, very wintry, I think. And again, I'm just using it because right now I'm just making the dish. And then we're going to use stuff that's in the box. So I'm coming across, probably putting my gray skunk stripe right in the camera, aren't I? The other thing is we sized this, that if you have a 7-inch rolling pin, it will cover that. I know a lot of people have and like 7-inch pins, but then they don't cover a whole form really well. Hi, Vicki. So I'm just going to cut this excess off. I may use this. And I'm going to very gently pick this up so I can move this over. And this form and this template, not a 12, so something texture. Melanie, you know me too well. There is going to be texture in this box. It's not going to be a 12-inch pen. Okay, I'm just going to kind of drop this down on there. You've seen me do this many, many times, but I just wanted to show you this shape. Another side effect. Yeah, Marie, or yeah, I got that side effect too. I have a pair of jeans in my closet that I was wearing when Mr. Wilson and I met. And it was a size 3. I couldn't fit my calf in it right now. Red Rockies that I have refused through these years to get rid of because I have said someday I'm going to fit back in those. Because, you know, you hit that, not everybody hits it where you gain weight. But I will tell you, in my family, it seems like as they hit about this age, they go down to skin and bones. I'm still waiting. How many of you are still waiting? Okay, so I'm going down this pretty gently. Again, this is just to show you what this shape is all about. And I want to show you also this template, how curvy it is and how easy it is to cut out. So what Mr. Wilson and I have decided is these project kits are going to be just that, project kits. Kind of for the quick and easy, bread and butter if you're taking it to shows, that kind of thing. When we start the Sassy Swooper VIP box, that is going to be more of, oh, what would I call it? Leveling up a little bit. When you see how much is in this, and then you realize we're going to even do more than that in the Sassy Swooper subscription, you're going to just freak. Okay, so I'm coming in, and look how easy this template is to cut around. I kind of gave it those swoopy edges, and most everything in the box integrates with this, and everything is sized to fit this. Although it's also interchangeable with lots of other things. I love this texture. Okay, so here's the shape. Look at the flowers. I'm just gonna lightly come around here because the problem is I'm not gonna be able to show you this for a bit. Since we're live, I'm gonna have to let this set up a bit, but I've got plans for other things we're gonna do while this is setting up till I can get my form back. Okay, so first off, what do you think of the shape of this? Can you see it really good? It's all ruffled around the edges, and it's a totally different shape. Well, it doesn't have a name yet, Sharon, because it's brand new for this box, and it's only in this box. So we've just been referring to it. Whoa, there goes my sponge. We've just been referring to it as the winter box form and template. We haven't really called it anything yet. Yeah, Tabitha, that's what I'm finding out, that after a major stressor like that, and I've been pretty hardy all my life, but boy, oh boy. Where's my towel? Okay, so this shape, now I want to, let me grab a little piece of clay. Hold on one second. Oh, it's over here. Where did I hide it? I brought it over here. Well, gosh darn it. Where did I put it? Hold on. Oh, I know. I got it. I had to go put it back under the thing. Okay, so this is just the beginnings of a coil. It was just leftover clay like this from dishes I did before. And I wedged it up a little bit, and then I just kind of squeeze it to kind of get it to shape. Scalloped arrow form. Hey, that's kind of cool. Bill, you were thinking arrow too. How about winter arrow? It's the winter box. I do like the scalloped one though. Okay, now I'm going to roll this out. It's kind of drying, so I'm going to just wet my table a little bit. Because I'm going to show you like a super, scanning the table behind. I think I see something. You mean this? The size of Texas? Yes, you do. That is, that actually was a special order that then they changed their mind on the size, so that's mine. Okay, so I'm going to show you, this project kit is kind of all about getting ready for Christmas fairs and winter things, and you want to do it fast and easy, right? So I'm going to show you, I'm going to kind of hone in on fast and easy. A lot of people don't, oops, I don't like that. A lot of people don't like doing feet because it's hard or they take time and that kind of thing. So I'm going to show you this foot. I just kind of went around the edge. I'm going to show you how to do this foot without having to worry about the seams or any of that. This clay is super soft, so I'm just wetting this down with water. You got keen eyes, Melody. Mr. Wilson's down in the back of the property hunting, so he just leaves me on my own. When I do a coil like this that I'm going to use for a foot, I like to take it and kind of pop it down on my table so it's flat on the part that's going to connect. And then I'm just going to take my, there it is, serrated rib, and go in here and scratch that up really well. And again, this is going to be just kind of a down and dirty, quick and easy, don't worry about the seams kind of foot. Where's my knife? There's my knife. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm just going to, slippery little booger, put this right here and just come to the top and cut that off. And cut that off. So I just made like a half a foot. And you guys have probably done this. I'm just trying to do things that's going to make life easy for you. And then I'm going to come here. It's got a little thing in it. And then I'm going to cut this to match the cut that was there. And cut this one to match the cut that was there. And then watch what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of lightly stick that together, but I'm not worried about it. But I'm not worried about it at all. Look how ugly that is. Just give it a second. I'm going to just come around lightly with my sponge. I do like to use my sponge to kind of put it into the shape of the dish. See, I just took that to the shape. Just like that. Now watch what I'm going to do. I have lost it. Oh, this is a stamp that actually matches this pen, but it's a little big for this size bowl. So I'm actually just going to use a snowflake stamp. And right here on these corners, you know, this dish is actually straight. It's my camera. I don't know why it does that angle. So I'm going to take this snowflake and I'm just going to press it right into that. And I'm going to come over here and do the exact same thing. I'm going to press it right into where I had that seam. Now, that seam is never going to be an issue ever again. And I can do 2 more, I can do 1 more, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 1, 2. So what I'm doing is I'm also compressing that down so I don't have to worry about it coming off. Now, that foot is not coming off. It's really cute. I'm just going to go get that slip off the inside. I have 3 big dogs right here right now, and one of them is sleeping and dreaming and having nightmares, I think, going woof, woof, woof. Okay, so how was that for a fast foot? Fancy feet. Yes, everything, well, yeah, wink, wink for sure. And then I'm going to take a template and press this down. Yes, it is a nice surprise. And what I did was I smushed this down. I see that side didn't get it, so it's just slightly uneven. There we go. So that is a very fast way of making a very secured foot. It's nice and flat. Yes, Susan, when you turn it over, it looks really nice. It is a big surprise. And there's your foot done. Now, I don't think this is going to be able to be flipped over yet. So what I'm going to do is the other stuff. I always take my needle tool and I just go slightly underneath to lift this off. Comes off super, super easy. I'm going to go set this aside. I can't flip it over to get to my form yet, but I have other things up my sleeve, so hold that thought. Okay, I have a stack. Yeah, it does. It works, and that's what one of the other things I love about our templates, that 1/4 inch Medix board, or it really allows you to do a lot of things. So I have a stack of clay that I've already cut to the shape of the template. Let me move these back here. Because I wanted to show you that I've had people say, hey, well, what about if I want to do this or that, and then how do I put the clay back over the form? So we specifically, specifically must be sassy. What's sassy? Mr. Wilson. Okay, so I specifically made this template so that you could do our normal way, which is what you just saw, right? This is just kind of the standard way that we design something on our clay, and then we put the clay over the form, which is on top of the template, so that it makes a beautiful dish. Well, I'm going to show you what else this can do. So let's see. I'm using some of my old standard tricks because I can't show you like so much that's in the box. You need to see it. But let's do this. First off, we're going to use a stencil that is peppermint candies, because those go with winter, right? Peppermint candies. And I want to take this. Where's my pony roller? Mr. Wilson, what'd you do with my pony roller? He's on the thingy. Where'd you put my pony roller? We had it here earlier today. You know, I told you I was ready, and I was, and I don't know where it is. I'll just use this. So I'm going to just take this. You want to be careful. You don't want to stretch this out. That's why I like my pony roller. And I would say I would look for it while the video's playing, but I don't have one playing today. And so you could just do a single glaze on this. And this color the same as what your, oh man, you see me? I stuck my finger in it. And your clay you could glaze it to match. There, all good. You know, I am the queen of fix it because I am the queen of break it. Okay, so you can do this single, one color, and you've got a color in here and it's gonna match your little peppermint candies. Or you're gonna get this that you can line up because I cut a piece out of it so that you could get your peppermint candies and you could get a border here. Okay, so that's one way. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to show you a different way. Actually, I didn't want to put that down. I wanted to show you something different. So, but that's okay. I'll do it on the next one. So I have blue in here. We'll get to the cool stuff here in a second. And because I'm doing so many of these, I'm just going to do kind of single colors. This is Tuscan red because peppermint candies are red, right? So I'm going to do that. Hold on, let me think this through. Your table ate it. Mr. Wilson, you're being a silly. And I hope you at least bring home dinner. That's what I hope, that you bring home dinner. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my peppermints. Now I would normally do a lot more coats than I'm going to do right now. I am using stroke and coat. I will tell you, by the way, yes, I did use my phone a friend because we put too much in this box. We just put way too much in this box. But speaking of other friends, next Saturday, I will be spending it with another friend. Somebody most all of you know and love. Any guesses? Because I think somebody's been watching me use their stuff and thought, I need to show you better how to use my stuff so you could promote it better. Now do you know who it is? I'm going to be spending the day with Miss Paula. We live about, I don't know, 20, 40 minutes apart. And so I'm going to go over to Paula's and we are going to have an adult play day. Okay. Now, this was Tuscan red stroke and coat. And after my play date with Paula, you can bet I'm going to be doing a bunch of neat stuff. Yes, Paula. A bunch of neat stuff with her Colors for Earth. Okay. Now, what I want you to see on this is that you can cut this out with the template. You can do all your decorating, and then I will set it aside. I will set it on plastic so that the bottom stays moist while the glaze and stuff stays or dries, and then we'll flip it on our form. But first, I want to get this out. Where's a spot to get this out? Because look at that to start with. Now, what can you do with this? Let's see. What can we do with that? Let me start with a couple little stencils, just for fun. Nope, can't do that. I'll have to do, how about some little tree stamps that I can stamp in here. This is very wet clay. I should not be stamping this soon, but I'm going to. So if it sticks, I apologize. I shouldn't be doing this so soon. It's too soft. There's a tree. I'm gonna cornstarch that. There's a little tree. I'm not gonna push that one in as hard. Look at those trees. I'm gonna show you another stamp. Everything I'm showing you now will be in the box. Outside of that, outside of the big 12-inch rolling pin, everything else I'm showing you is in the project kit. But I'm not showing you everything that's in the project kit because then you won't know, then you won't have a surprise, right? And by the way, we really underpriced this. Before I go live on Tuesday, this price is going up to, I think 124, 128, something like that. And it's still a bigger value than that. So you guys got a great deal that if you bought it already, let's see, where does this go? This way. So I'm going to put this one right here. What is that? I know I'm going to mess this up because this clay is so moist. I should not be doing this. So I'm not going to press it too hard. So it might not come out good, but I wouldn't be doing it this soon normally. Any idea of what it is? Who's got an idea? Let's see. Come out. Ah! Ah! Stuck my finger. Let it snow. What do you think of that? Now, I will tell you, Mr. Wilson, nope, it's a snowman on his head. Let it snow. Mr. Wilson didn't even catch it when I ran it before. Now, I could either go on the other side and make it even with these trees again, or maybe I do this itty baby snowflake. It's in your kit too, and I'm going to tell you it's an itty baby, so be gentle with it. It's an itty baby. So I'm going to put, and don't press it too hard because it will stick. Look at that. What do you think of that? The humor. Yes. You know, knocking on wood, I haven't fallen in a while. Usually what gets me is, okay, so I have an Australian Shepherd right here beside me. I've got a doodle right there and a standard poodle right there. And during the night, I get up to go to the bathroom. I got to show you this. When I get up to go to the bathroom during the night, because they're always on my side to head to my bathroom. So I get up, hold the bed, hold the wall, and I scoot my feet all the way out till I find the door all the way, and I have to keep a nightlight on now in my bathroom because I can't take a fall. And so I'm not doing like the old lady, crud. I stuck my cornstarch one in the water. I'll just get a different one. I stuck it in the water. Okay, so let's do another one right there. Oh, I forgot to turn the other camera back on. There. I did another snowflake there. Maybe I'll do one right here. Come out. And then maybe, just for fun, no, I think I'm going to leave it like that. So, there's that. Oh, I didn't reveal this. So you're getting a 5-piece set of stamps. That, the template, the form is probably valued at what you paid. Oh, but there's that stencil. Oh, there's more. There's more. Okay, let's take this off. Oh, now what do you think? I think that just, and I'm just going to wipe the little excess where I didn't have the stencil perfect, because nobody has to be perfect, because there is a fix for everything. And if you do something and you don't know how to fix it, call me. I think I've made every mistake in the book. I can almost fix anything. And if I can't, Mr. Wilson can. Maybe not for the clay, but he can fix most anything. All right. That would be a dish. What do you think of that? Now, I am going to go put this one aside because it's got to set and the glaze has got to dry. And I'm just going to, pick it up and go move it. And let that be hanging out drying. Now, you notice I wipe this down a lot, and it doesn't swell up, crack, or do any of that because of the material, the high-grade material we use. I don't soak it, but I do water it down. Now, I need to clean this off. That's the one thing about doing this live, is because then it's hard to reuse my stuff, right? I'm trying to fit a lot in. Oh my gosh. We only got one done and it's almost time. Okay, let me take that. Let me get this cleaned off. I've got a big bucket of water here that I'm rinsing it in because, you know, guys, Halloween comes every year, right? And just because we are who we are by nature, the Halloween candy buckets seem to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So this year, I got this great big bucket at Walmart for 99 cents. And that's my water bucket. Yeah, I think that's part of claying, Sharon. Part of claying. Okay, let's take another one. I think, let's see, what do I want to do on this one? I think on this one, from what you guys have seen so far, see, I'm losing my hair. If you have something you want me to try, hey Nancy, let me know and I can. I don't know if you guys have where you live, but here where we are in Texas, before I left my job at IT to start this business, I was building the electronic medical records, Epic, if anybody knows anything about Epic, for Cook Children's. And at Cook Children's, we had a Build-A-Bear store. Have you guys all heard of Build-A-Bear? Do you have Build-A-Bear where you are? Kids go in and they get to pick out the head, the arms, the body, the legs, how they're dressing it. They get to pick out all their things and build themselves a bear. Well, this is kind of a Build-A-Box. That's what I was calling it, Build-A-Box. Because the things that we're putting in here, you get to do all kinds of things. I'm going to put this stencil back on for a minute for a placeholder. And so when you're cutting and moving your clay around, you want to be pretty careful not to stretch it out because then your stencils may not fit. And this box doesn't have all the stencils like the Halloween box did, but it's got stencils that you can, and I like to do mine parts in parts. So what I mean by parts is this. This time I'm putting this piece in. This is that little section that gave us the little ring. This time it's going to give us a block. I don't think I got this on straight. I did not. You want to make sure your peppermints aren't off your... You can trim off your clay, but you want to make sure your peppermints are covered. Now I'm going to put this back in here. And you'll see why here in a second. Okay, let's do... What other colors are peppermints? They're green, right? Well, shoot, I have the red in the bucket, so we're going to use red. Where's my... We're going to use red. And I'm just going to do what I did a minute ago, but I'm staying up here. I need a littler brush. And where I've got some excess clay here, I will do this. I will just take my needle tool and go along the stencil and clean that up. That's another thing. When you buy stencils, pay attention. A lot of times it's really flimsy, 2.5 or 5 mil. Our stencil material is 10 mil. Yes, it costs us more, but they're much hardier. We want to make sure things last. You know, it's a big purchase. I know that. Trust me, I know that. Our building, we're supposed to go this week and look at it to see what we're going to do with it. Once that building goes in, we're going to start holding in-person classes. So tell me in the chat, when you put cornstarch on cutters, do you have to fire it before you put on some underglaze on the figures? It depends on how heavy you're doing it. You can usually take a really soft, like this is a really soft haired brush. Woo! And you can let the clay set up a little bit, and then you can kind of dust that cornstarch off. And I've always just underglazed right over it from there, and I haven't had any issues. If you have thick globs of it, then yeah, you're going to have issues because the glaze, it may chunk out if you have big globs. So just brush it with a brush. You should be good. Okay. Now I could have done no stencil, but just for the fun of it, I did. Now, who remembers my drizzle glaze? Remember my drizzle glaze? Y'all remember when I did this, what, 3-4 years ago? The drizzle glaze? And I do it right on here because I want to get it started. So I start here to make sure it's going good. I'm going to do a red drizzle in here. There we go. Squeeze it harder. And I have white. Okay, so first one I did, I used just my Stroke and Coat glaze bottle with the cap from Sally's Beauty color applicator. Their caps fit right on the Stroke and Coat bottles. So that's one way of doing it. Or you can fill the applicator bottle. The other thing you can do is a slip trailer. I don't remember what color I have in here. Oh, white. So I'm going to do some white. It's messy. And what I like to do, which I didn't, see the big globs right there? That's why I like to go all the way across so I don't get the big globs. But it's not really going to matter. So let me see. I really normally would wait and let this dry, but I'm going to pull it off and see if I can keep it from... I had to go fast with that. And I will tell you right now that I don't care for the pinwheels with it. So here's what I would do. I would wipe this right off because you're never married to any of it. Wait till you see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to wipe that off. It was too busy. It was too much. See how if it's still wet, it just comes right off. Be sure and wipe or rinse your sponge quickly, or a lot, I mean. You're never married to it. So I'm going to pull this right off. And I keep spinning my sponge to put a clean spot. Otherwise, I don't get a whole lot of smearing because I keep rinsing and I keep a sponge. We're at 6 o'clock, but I'm going to keep going. If you want to stay on, stay on. If you have things to do, I understand. The replay's here. I should have thought about that, but that's okay. I didn't. Nobody thinks about everything. All right. So what I'm going to do, just so I have an edge, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. I'm going to try to get this down where it was as best as I can. I may have caused some smearing a little bit because I'm up high a little bit. But you're seeing me make the mistake, so you wouldn't make the same mistake. And now watch this. I think I'll do green. I don't have a cup, so I'm just going to put green right there on my table. And wait till you see what we do with this one. These mix and match stencils are fantastic. Now I have a line to follow. I would normally put my glaze in something. I would normally not be this messy. Mr. Wilson, don't bother chiming in. They're going to know you're lying if you tell them I am. Now, won't that look better as a dish? Much better. Not so busy. All right, there's that one. And you can get more creative with colors, guys. I give you the template, so to speak, and then you guys use your imagination and creativity. All right, now I'm going to have a border around that when I can pull that up. I can't do that yet, so I'm going to actually move my clay, if I can get a hold of it. What I should have done is left it on the template. Look at that when that dries. I love drizzle clays. Let me move this over here. Okay, let me clean this up and I'm going to show you one other quick thing, and then I might have to do one more sneak peek live, because there's just so much more still. So much more. I haven't hardly showed you anything yet. Although, what have I shown you so far? A form, a template, a five-piece set of stamps, a double stencil that is kind of triple stencil, and there's more. Okay, clean up my mess. I'm going to see if that other one's dry so I can flip it and get to my form real quick. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to just grab me a template and flip this over. And these pop off pretty darn easy when they're dry or when they're ready. This one I'm going to be nurturing a bit. So there's that. And you see it's really too early to bring that off. But what do you think of that shape, guys? Now, because it's so early, I could probably reach right in and pop this out. Nope, it's still too early. Might do it anyway. I need to wait. I'm not gonna. There you go. What's that hole? So what do you think of that shape? I don't know what that hole is. And all that dark brown is going to fire right out of there. So there's that, where you do our traditional, put the template down, put the form down, put the clay over the top, cut around. That's the traditional. Now that I have my form, let me go get one of these that we already did. I know what it is. Mr. Wilson rolled out my clay. It's pretty thin. That's the problem. Okay. Here's the clay we did before. It's not super dry yet. So I'm going to show you anyway. So if it smears, but I'm going to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my clay and I'm going to set it right on my template, because see how easy it is to maneuver when it's sitting on that template. And then I'm going to take my form and center that. Let me see if I can center it better up here. I made the template big enough that it could go around the edges and still give you a rim if you wanted to do it this way. And when you've got that inner shape, that helps you, again, it's lined up, it's just you can't tell with my template, my camera angle. So I'm going to take this. I'll just put that template. Well, I got more. I'm going to take a template and put on here and flip, and I held it tight. And look at that mess. Now, I'm going to have to be really careful because my glaze is still wet down here. You could see the hole from the center of the template, which is okay because I just wiped it right out. I don't know where that one came from. Just don't, this clay is super thin. You want it a little bit thicker. And then you won't have that. Okay. Now I'm going to just take my sponge and do this because that glaze is wet and I only want to press it down one time or I'm going to smear. So I'm just going to go like that. Kind of my swoop. Now, it is nowhere near ready to flip, but because we're out of time, I'm going to flip it anyway just to show you. And if it's smeared, you know why. I could put that same easy foot on. Oh, I didn't even smear it. There you go. Look at that. So, I would probably, I'll have to watch this because it's way too floppy. I'll have to keep messing with it as it dries to make sure it stays up. But I designed this with the template to be able to put the clay over. So if you're texturing it or whatever, you can do it the traditional way, template down, form on top, put the clay over, cut it around. Or if you want to decorate, I made the template big enough to give yourself a canvas to decorate. And then look at that dish. That's the perfect rim. So all the bits and pieces go together. Cindy, I've seen you like to do a lot of just little things inside the middle. This will be perfect, right up your alley. And really, it's after 6 o'clock. The box, if you've purchased it before the live on Tuesday, you're also going to get a couple snowman stencils. Those are free for purchasing early. I have some how about this? I'm going to run out of time. Do I even have anybody on anymore? I know it's after hours. Oh, I do. Okay. Okay, this time, I'm going to show you. I'm going to use this. I got to go get the thing off of this one. I needed my inner piece. What are you tearing up in here? Oh. It was just his toenails on the floor. Okay, I don't want to do peppermint on this one. But I want to get in the middle. So I'm going to put this down just to kind of give me the middle. Hold on. It was Bailey eating. I couldn't figure out what that noise was. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. Excuse me. Okay. So I'm going to put this in. You can tell it's getting hot in here. My hair's starting to frizz. It's my natural hair. I go to the hairdresser in a week. And she's going to cut quite a bit off. So it was down to here yesterday, day before. And it was just straggly ends because it's breaking off. So I took my hair scissors and I went chop, 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 chop all the way around. And having curly hair and doing it dry, I mean, it was like, and my daughter came over. She's like, Mom, what'd you do? You look like a kindergartner went to town with scissors. I said, once I wash it and scrunch it, it'll be fine. You can't really hardly tell I did it, but it's going to be probably an inch shorter. But it looks better already, just cutting that off. Okay. Now I want to take this off. There. So I used that. I put that on there just simply so I could get that border. That is now going to be a border. So how about let's see. How about I'm grateful you all are here. So I am going to, it was the dog this time. Mr. Wilson's down hunting. So I'm going to put grateful on here. So there might be a few of these in there. Bailey, stop, honey. Is that centered? That centered? Yeah, it's pretty centered. Gosh, I wish I knew where my, I mean my pony roller that's right there on my table. So I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to put that in. See, I had to coax it a little bit on that one. Okay, now you could do all kinds of things on this. You could get an ombre effect. You could do the whole, I'm going to do this. Let's see. I think I'm going to do this one in blue. This is bluegrass. I'm going to do this whole thing in blue. Yes, I'm going to use my table again. No, it will not. It will not mold. It will not swell and crack. That's the beauty of this material. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's wrong with my throat. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do on this one. I am just going to do something real quick and easy, and it's going to be elegant. And again, the whole point of these project boxes are to give you, I didn't get that down. I might have gone underneath that one. The whole point of these are to show you some really beautiful, quick and easy ideas for the holidays, for giveaways, for sellables. I'm afraid I went under that one right there. Okay. Now, you've seen what these will look like when they're flipped over into the dish this way. Okay, so you've seen when you flip it into the dish, how where that little tiny runner piece is, gives it perfect to separate for the rim. I worked really hard on designing these sizes to make that happen and to be able to use this template both ways. So I really want to do another coat because I really want to be able to save this, but that's okay. If I can't, I can't. You really need 2 or 3 coats of this, and I'm only doing one, so it'll probably show strokes like crazy. Now, again, you wouldn't do this and take the stencil off. I'm doing it. I gotta be able to see it. I'm doing it just to show you. Hair everywhere. I'm losing my hair, guys. Okay, there's Grateful. There's that little spot where I knew that it went through, and I can fix that, but I'm not going to do it right now. Now, I want to show you. If this were dry, I would take, I have these little sculpting tools. I would either take one of these and cut little pin stripes, or where's my, I have diamond core tools, and I don't know where that is, so I'm going to use, I don't know where my little tiny carver is, so just to show you, I'm going to use this. Oh, he's down saving the fish. That's not going to work. My Sgraffito tool is, those are them. Well, I'm just going to use one of these then, just to give you a quick idea. I want a teeny tiny one. This one. These are zine tools, by the way, and it's a whole set of the little baby tools. There's 9 of them in there. They've got all kinds of them, and when I bought this, it was $21.95, and this was probably 6-7 years ago, so they're probably more than that now. But what I would do, and again, I would really need to let this dry. I could see where my little stencil is. I'd go to it and come off of it like that. See what I'm doing? And I really would have rather had my little ball tool because it would have made prettier little marks. And I won't be saving this, so I'm not going to worry about it. So if I went around, see what that's looking like? What time is it? 6:20. I still have a bunch of people on. Okay. This is not a good representation of carving because this is soaking wet and so is the clay. And you don't want to do this with it wet. I'm reaching for and feeling that stencil and then drawing. So that's as far as I'm going to go because I can't do a really nice job on that with it this wet, but you're going to get the idea. Watch when I pull this off. Now, can you picture that? And again, don't do it when it's wet. But can you picture? It's a great form for a meatloaf. Hey, you could make a meatloaf. So that is another quick, easy use for this. And when if we put this over that form, it's going to be just elegantly simple and beautiful. So there are also a few words. There's a few words in the box. I got a few words for you. And my few words for you, I stuck them in the box. Hey, Carla. Carla, I had a scare, but I'm good. I thought something was going to get me, but it didn't. If it's been... Oh, if it's been 3 months, I should be good, right? Carla, tell me I am, even if I'm not. Okay. So, what words do you think I might have stuck in the box for you? How many words did I stick in your box? Okay, guys, it's almost 6:30. I cannot believe there's that many of you guys still on a Friday night. Let's see, what else? I don't even have everything in here that's in the box. I will tell you that there is a really cool texture. Wonder how that texture is gonna be, or what it's gonna be on, because there's already a set of 5 stamps that you've seen. This little snowman is to die for. I got clay stuck in that stamp. Little snowman is to die for. So you got a set of stamps. You got, where's the bottom? You got some words. Hey, you could even put your words with your snowman. Look at that. Is that upside down to you guys? So you got that. I can tell you there's more words. The stencil is a 3-parter, and you've seen how I've used it. Because it gives me the ability to have borders or not have borders or have separations. Let me explain also. I like having the words for, yeah, isn't that elegant, Kathy? Just simple and elegant. You can, for lack of a better term, you could slap one of those together in a heartbeat and have beautiful pieces to give away, put on your winter tables to sail. Did that sound Texan? Oh my gosh. Somebody said blessed. All right, let me throw blessed in there. There's some more words. But there's a blessed. Because you're blessed. Because we love you. Let's see. There are still, besides more words. Oh, and here's the other piece. Besides more words. Oh, my hair. There's still 3 more stencils. Oh no, 4. 3 or 4 more stencils, I don't remember. And a texture. So, and more words. More words. I can't put all the words up there. Anyway, that's the beginning of it. So, before I go live on Tuesday, I'm going to try to get a bunch of things made up. Where did that dish go? Oh, here it is. Because it's flattening. It's flattening out because it was too wet when I did it. But just so you could see where that border that separates it is just perfect to give you a rim. It's a perfect sized little dish. Lots of goodies. Yes, Robin, lots of goodies. Believe. I don't believe was one of the words. I don't remember what all the words were, but I'm not sure believe was in there. I don't know if believe was in there. Anyway, that's it. Well, you're not done seeing everything in the box yet, Kathy. You just might, because I told you there were animals, didn't I? Wonder what kind of animals. Well, I can't give away the whole box because a lot of you, most of you on have already purchased this. And so you'll get the 2 snowman stencils free. I have not shown those amongst all the things I have shown and amongst all the other things. If the box is not purchased before I go live, and that the 2 free snowmans won't be in there, and the price will be, I can't remember if we did 124 or 128. Even that is less than the contents of this box. And it will flip before I go live next Tuesday, because it's not fair for all you guys that bought it without seeing it. I'm not going to show it on Tuesday and have everybody then run and get it at the discount after they saw the contents, because that's not fair to those that didn't. So if you are on the fence, I would jump. That's it, guys. Hour and a half, that makes up for missing on Tuesday. I think, Sharon, it was, if you're in Michigan, and where in Michigan? Oh, Stacy, I'm so happy. And you only got a partial reveal. But look at this. Look at this. Okay, guys. Like I said, I had to phone a friend and say, am I crazy? Am I doing too much in this box? The answer was, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But Mr. Wilson and I couldn't narrow it down. So it will be this. If you are on the fence about wanting to get into the Sassy Swoopers subscription box, VIP club, the boxes will be very different. They will be leveled up. And I don't know how, that didn't sound right. The projects will be more complicated. That didn't sound right. I'll walk you through them. I'll walk you through them. But the projects will be bigger. How about that? Bigger. Northern, put your left hand out and I'm just above your little finger. Anywhere near Detroit? Anywhere near Charlevoix? I think we had the conversation on Charlevoix. Ensika, I think is going to be in Detroit in 2026. How many of you here are going to Ensika in 25, back out in Utah? More advanced? Yes, more advanced. But I hate using the word like advanced, because new to clay, even intermediate, new to clay people will be able to do this because we'll walk you through it all. But instead of just, like covering the stencil, doing some stamps, slapping it over a form, more involved. It'll be more involved. That's it. You know, you won't be able to do it in 5 minutes. The project kits are to do fast. Near Charlotte Boy, 45 minutes away. Ooh, woo. Yeah, I loved hearing that. Okay. All right, guys. That's it. If you haven't got any, get it. And if not, you're going to cry on Tuesday. Thank you guys for spending Friday evening with me. Near Charlotte Boy. Oh, you're in near Charlotte? Okay. I will be coming to Michigan. So I will put out an announcement when I do, because both of you, Barbara and Sharon, must be close enough that we can get together. We are, do you guys know each other? Have you guys gotten together before? And remember, oh, somebody asked, when are these shipping? We will start shipping Wednesday after the live on Tuesday. We have a ton of these already made up to cover, well, we haven't made enough to cover what we've had ordered, but we've got a ton of them already made up. And I would say by the end of that week or the very first of the next week, all of them should have, anybody that ordered before Tuesdays, those should all ship by the end of that week. Anything ordered Tuesday on, they're going to get theirs after all the pre-orders get theirs. How about that? But we are ready. Hey, Cindy-o. You're welcome. And I will see you guys soon. We met downstate. Oh, okay. Well, then I guess y'all will have to come to me then. One come north, one come south. And remember, we're getting that building, and I'm going to start doing workshops. And I will do some workshops that are like project workshops, where you come and do a bunch of different, not so involved projects, but a bunch of projects. And then there's going to be workshops that are a project, because they're very involved. They're not hard. I can show anybody how to do them. If they were hard, I wouldn't do them. But they're very involved and some really cool projects. So you'll want to keep an eye out on that. All right, guys. Love you all. Road trip. Yes, road trip. And I will see you guys soon.